All right, guys, we got our Blur Boundaries seat in. It's pretty nice. It's one of the newer versions that they just came out with. Looks pretty nice. It's real low profile. It's super thin. I believe the stock seat is actually a little bit thinner in the front, but then right here it raises up. And this one goes all the way to the back. You can actually slide it if you come under the seat. You can actually slide it probably back to here. So if you want another like 2 inches or so. I kind of wanted mine a little bit farther up just because I'm not going to be sitting all the way back there, and I wanted this kind of line up. Anyways, I wanted to do a review, and I want to go ride it right now, and I want to see how the seat is, and let's see how good the actual seat feels after a good ride. So let's get on the bike and let's go. If you do have a lot of OCD, if it's coming out clear, because the seat is longer, you do have a big gap that you can fit your finger in almost. So if that's something that bugs you, then you might just want to stick with a shorter seat. Okay. Whew. Trying to get myself adjusted on this seat. So the cool thing about this seat is you don't have a hump in the back anymore, so you can kind of slide back and forth, you know. So let's say I'm riding the bike, but then someone that's taller than me, they can sit farther back, so they're not too cramped up. It does feel weird not having a back whatsoever because I was used to putting my body against it. It's not the end of the world or anything. But the first thing I noticed when I sat on this seat, other than it being stiff as hell, this seat is like insanely stiff. It's how wide the seat is. So I'm not a big guy or nothing like that, so when my feet go down, I can feel it in between my thighs. It actually doesn't feel that comfortable. Maybe when I break it in a little bit, but I feel it hugging on my thighs when I'm just trying to like stand on the bike, or I'm barely sitting talking to someone. And yeah, so I'm not a big fan that it's a lot wider than the stock one. I felt like the stock one was perfectly fine. But I can see it being better for some bigger people. So far, I don't know how it's gonna feel after being on it going to work. I know there's probably a slight break-in period, but as of right now, it feels rough. I do like the design over the stock one. I think it looks fantastic. It is pretty expensive though. I think this seat is the brand new one from Blur Boundaries, and it was like $175, and after tax and shipping and everything, it was like 200 and something. All right, guys, you can get out of the middle of the damn street. I'm trying to do a review here on the seat. The other cool thing about this seat is that you can put, if you have pegs, which I did add pegs to the back of my bike, you can put someone on the back. It's a 2-seater seat now. It goes all the way to the back. It's much longer. I should measure it and see how much longer it is than the stock seat. But it is definitely longer. And you can have it hang a little bit like over the back of the seat if you want. Like the handrail on the back of the SUPER73s, you can have it hang a little bit over that if you want to adjust it that long. I didn't. I wouldn't mind to line up perfectly, which I told you earlier in the video. It's just kind of like my OCD. I definitely want to see if I can get someone on this bike now. I'm pretty sure we'll probably be over the weight capacity, but I really want to try it. Okay, so this is where it's uncomfortable with me. So when I get to a stop and I put my feet down, I don't like how it feels. It's a little bit too wide for my leg. Maybe I'll get used to it. Maybe the padding will kind of soften out on the sides, but that's probably my biggest complaint of it so far. It's not too bad though. It's not too bad. It's definitely a different feeling if you have a stock seat and you come to this, because the back being gone is just weird. I don't know. It's weird to me. I will say the material feels really nice. I think the material is my favorite part of it, but it feels like I'm sitting on cardboard. It's not much of a difference than my stock seat. I'm kind of debating if it was worth, you know, the money. So I'm gonna say it's not terrible, but I don't think it's worth the money. I sat on the other Blur Boundary seat, the Alcantara one. I think it's $140 on their website. It's the very first ones that they came out with. And I loved it. I liked that it had the extra hump in the back where it had more material, and then it had a little strap. That thing was nice. I do feel like I sit just a smidge higher on the seat. It's not a noticeable difference. I did put them both side to side, and I did notice, even though this is a thinner profile seat compared to a lot of other ones, it is a hair taller. I want to go. All right, we are on the wrong side. You can get a ticket for being on the wrong side of the road, so just keep that in mind. So I've done probably 5 miles so far, and I will say that my ass hurts. No lie, my ass does not feel that comfortable whatsoever. So far, I'm not a big fan of it, other than how it looks. Blur Boundaries did contact me. They seem like a really good company. I know they want people to be happy and everything. Because the guy hit me up and he said, hey, how do you like the seat? A lot of people have been telling me it's really stiff. And I told him, yeah, that was the first thing I noticed, is that the seat is just really, really stiff. Like, too stiff, I think. And anyway, but I hadn't rode it yet. I didn't have it on my bike yet. And it's the first day I'm taking it out. But I don't even know if they knew how stiff it was. Because obviously these seats aren't made by them. They're made in like a whole different country. I forget where it was at. It wasn't even in China. I think it was like somewhere farther than China. I was like, what the hell? When I got the shipping information, I was like, where's my seat coming from? So yeah, I even them, I'm not sure they knew how stiff it was. But I don't know, this is my first initial impression sitting on it, so honestly my opinion can change if I kind of wear it in a little bit, because maybe it's just really stiff for now because of the material. I don't know. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, I'll see who works today, and we'll see if we can get someone else to sit on it and ride it. That'll be the goal. And if not, we'll ride it a little bit more at night. I give it to him that it looks super, super nice though. The material just feels so comfortable. But remember when we pushed the old seat down? And I was able to push it down almost into the rail? This one, you can't even push. It is so stiff. It's softer in the center, but the edges are really stiff. We are recording. I think we were upside down recording, but we'll fix it in post, don't worry. All right, we're back on the hard seat. Ooh, what's going on over here? I would say I'd go over there and check it out, but we're going to pick up our new GoPro. We're gonna have a new GoPro for the channel. But yeah, man, this seat, like, man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like wondering if it was a bad idea to spend 200 bucks on it. It's very nice. Like if you sold the bike with this seat, people would be like, damn, that's a very, very nice seat. But if someone sat on the stock one and sat on this one, I know for sure which one they would be picking. I'm just hoping it needs a break-in period. So before you guys come at me in the comments or something, I am gonna be, you know, I'm not gonna switch it out. I already put the bolts in. It was a pain in the ass to put the bolts in. We'll definitely be trying it out for a while so we can see if it just needs a break-in period. And no one was at my work to try to do a two-seater option. I want to really see if I can get someone on the back of this. There's definitely enough room. Like for how I sit, there's definitely enough room, but I feel like you're gonna be like body to body. You're gonna be like right on each other. There isn't gonna be no room. But I definitely gotta try it. I don't know what the weight limit is on this bike either, but I guess I had to put it to its test. So like when you hit bumps, you don't move at all. Like you kind of go with the bike. There's really no cushion there. It just, you kind of feel part of the bike. It is a good thing that it's kind of like that a little bit, because on the Onyx, this has a lot to do with suspension though. And when I ride the Onyx, you come out of the seat on the Onyx. The Sur-Ron, you don't. The Aerial Rider, you do. This bike, I have not came out of my seat hitting stuff, unless you really, really hit something bad. But you kind of go with the seat. but you don't kind of sink into the seat. You just feel like you're sitting on top of it. I really hope there's a break-in period, because this shit's rough. This shit's hella rough, like, so far. I love how it looks, though. I got a lot of compliments at work on how it looks, and it feels fantastic. Alcantara, oh my god, it just feels so, so nice. I loved it when I rode it in Vegas. I knew I wanted an Alcantara seat. I just didn't know if I wanted to spend 200 bucks. But I'm gonna reach out to Blur Boundaries, and I don't know, I kind of want their feedback a little bit. You know, I want to tell them, like, kind of how I feel about the seat. You know, I'm not trying to be, like, super negative or anything like that. But I do have to tell it how it is and be straight up, because they don't make their own seats. They're made somewhere else. I'm sure they design them how they want it to be, but they don't actually make them. And I would say it needs to be a little bit softer. Definitely for now, anyway. Oh, I see another person on the bike. Well, it looks like another person on the bike. It's not that bright of a light, my guy. You can barely see. Yeah, that ain't nothing. I guess it's better than the skateboard video we did the other day. That shit was crazy. If you guys didn't see that, go back to the video before this one. The reason why it's so crazy is, first, it's the first time we had a big group ride. The most I've ever had, I think, riding was 5 people. This ride we had 11 people, and 2 skateboards died. It sucks that we lost all the footage. I'm carrying people up, basically holding hands, locking hands, and I'm carrying them up like a mile or 2 hill just to get back up. I mean, it was insane. It was fun though. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we all had a blast. It was a long day. Oh shit. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff to run over. We behind the police. Well, at least I'm not on the Suron. Go, cop, go. I wonder if this cop's trying to see how fast I'm going, because he's going pretty slow compared to the car that just left him. I think it's a 40 and he's doing 28. I would love to get pulled over by a cop on a SUPER73. Like, come on, like, this is a straight up legit bike. I would be a little bit more skeptical on the Suron, but this bike, even if it was modified, I mean, yeah, I gotta stay at the speed limit, but even if it was modified, they would never know. What are they waiting for me for? He's going slow. What are we gonna be doing? Just cruising with the cop everywhere we go? Unless he was trying to like pull me over or something, or maybe he saw my bike and he was curious, because he just made a U-turn. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, me talking about the seat. And I'll be honest, I want to say you should get the older seat, because this one is more expensive. The older one is $145. This one's $175. And after tax and shipping and everything, I think I paid slightly over 200 bucks for it. It looks better than it feels. But then again, there might be a break-in period, so if you guys want to follow the channel, I'm going to be riding this bike every so often, and we'll probably break it in, and then I can really give you a comparison. But so far, I'm not enjoying it like I thought I was. I enjoy how it looks more than anything. So I'll leave you guys on that note. Thanks for watching the video. I would highly suggest getting the version 1 instead of this seat. And take care, guys. I want to give you guys the honest opinion all the time. Take care, guys. Later.